Hey guys, Orlando here. Today I'm going to be reviewing Thor. This is the final solo movie before the first big Avengers team up. So, yeah, pretty exciting. This movie tells the story of Thor, this arrogant heir to being a king from Asgard. Yes, we're dealing with the same Thor from Norse mythologies. I remember when I was young watching this movie, I was 12 when it came out. And I remember seeing this movie and being like really intrigued by the Norse mythology behind it because I really didn't know it that much. And this movie was like my first instance into Norse mythology, and I just thought it was amazing. The character of Thor is played by Chris Hemsworth. He's just a person that gives zero fucks, pretty much, doing dickhead shit. He's still a giant man baby, pretty much. One day he does something that's like way out of pocket. His father's Odin, and his pops is like, "Oh, you did that, so I can't let you be king. I'm gonna banish you to Earth, take away all your powers and your hammer, teach you a lesson." So that's pretty much the whole movie. He has to like redeem himself to show that he is worthy to be king, worthy enough to hold the hammer again. This whole film is like a fish out of water concept, and I really like that with the character of Thor. It made for a lot of funny moments that I'm surprised were still funny to me to this day. I love the soundtrack in this movie. I love it so much. Like it just makes me feel like inspired. It's great to me. One thing that's not great is why is half the film filmed in Dutch angle? You know how movies are supposed to be filmed like this? Half the film is like just filmed slanted. I don't know why Kenneth Branagh wanted to be, let's be fucking edgy to do this. But it's weird. It makes my stomach hurt. I don't like it. This movie was my first instance of like knowing anything about Thor and like his lore, and that's including comics and actual Norse mythology. I gotta admit, I was really betrayed when I found out Loki was gonna become evil, because I didn't know anything going into this movie for the first time. I remember feeling that emotion vividly, but this movie holds a special place in my heart. For the longest of time, Thor was my favorite Avenger, and that was up until they got the rights to Spider-Man. But Thor was my favorite Avenger mostly for the fact that I related to him so much with the brother problems, because me and my little brother had problems like that when we were younger. Not like, oh, I want to be king, but like I related to it. Like it was sibling rivalry, and I enjoyed that realism that I felt with this out of this world movie. This was the MCU's first time ever like dipping its toe into magic, even though they said, oh, it's magic and science, it could be explained. They were still kind of scared, but this is their first, like planting seeds. Speaking of which, Coulson's in it, and Hawkeye's in this movie, introduced for like 2 fucking minutes. How do they do that to him? Thor has this relationship in this movie with Jane Foster, played by Natalie Portman, Anakin's wife, Luke's mother. No, it was weird to me, but eventually I got used to it. But I just feel like it wasn't strongly written as it could have been. Thor spends literally most of this movie just as a regular human trying to redeem himself, and I felt like that was it was interesting at first, but then I started getting bored with it. Like I was like, come on, I want to see him fight. Like there's only like 2 major action scenes, and that's one in the beginning and then one at the end, and in the middle it's just this weirdly paced, just like him trying to redeem himself, and it's just a lot of just unnecessary shit that I feel like they could have cut. They spent a lot of time with Loki, which I enjoy. Like you really get to see his mindset and like him realizing that, oh, I've been lied to my entire life and I'm gonna hate everybody. I want to be king. And I felt all that hate and anger built up, and I feel like that's what makes him such a strong character. To this day, people still love Loki, and this is really what started it. I like how much this movie expanded the universe. It did it such in the right amount. Like simple shit where it's like Thor's hammer comes crashing down, and then literally everybody in the town is just trying to lift it out. And it's like, that's cool. I like seeing people interact with these superheroes like that, even though it's not directly with them. I like seeing the world interact like that. Another thing I didn't really like too much about this movie was the Shakespearean dialogue. This movie's written like a goddamn Shakespeare play, which is a huge turnoff because I'm not really a big fan of those plays. But I do love it in the sense that it distinguishes this film from other films in the universe. Because it's like, you got Captain America, you got Iron Man, you got Hulk, and then you got Thor, this like Shakespearean god. And it's like, I like how you're able to distinguish stuff like that. To this day, this movie's always going to hold a special place in my heart. Even though it might not be the best of the best, I relate to this movie a lot. And Thor was my favorite Avenger for many, many years, just because of this one movie. Overall, I give this movie a 7.6 out of 10. Have you guys seen Thor? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm going to be putting up end cards. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my opinion. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.